Guys, welcome to 4Music Presents. How are you all?
Really good.
Really good.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
You're very welcome. How are you enjoying the UK?
Well, we always love it here. So, you know, I think we're here more than we're in America.
You played your biggest UK dates so far at Reading and Leeds Festival this year. How was that?
It was amazing. I mean, that was really. It's like a dream to play those things, and we got to play last year, but we had to do 2 shows in 1 day, so we didn't get to enjoy it. So this time we got to, you know, do each day proper, and it was amazing both sets. So.
Oh, marvellous. Yeah. We just saw you perform your new single. Can you tell us a little bit about the story behind that track?
Yeah, well, it's a song that we've been working on for years.
Yeah, about 4.5 years.
Right. And I feel it went through a lot of incarnations, but in its final incarnation, I think the band really needed to grow and be ready to play that kind of song, and it's something that was always inside of us, that kind of sound, because we've been influenced by bands like Queen, Pink Floyd, Roger Waters era, and we had always been dying to do a song like that.
Okay.
It's like a mini epic.
Now, the video is amazing. It's got this kind of whole otherworldly feel to it. It's almost kind of Tim Burton-esque.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Which is a good thing in my mind.
There's a particular video, Bullet with Butterfly Wings by the Smashing Pumpkins, and Sam Bayer shot that. And when he shot that, it's when the Pumpkins had evolved and changed, and we changed in the same way. And so we needed that kind. We needed to be shot to film. It needed to be epic. We needed to get the concept across that we were playing this other band in this other world, and so Sam created this world for the Black Parade to live and play in, and he did an amazing job.
He did do an amazing job. Let's talk about you guys as a band now. I want to kind of look back and find a bit about where you guys met up and how this all started.
Okay. Well, it's kind of weird. And actually, the band was really born out of 9/11. It directly affected us, and it directly affected me, and I saw it happen with my own eyes. And I was doing art in New York, and I said, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. It was like commercial, and I didn't like it. I wanted something that not only I had control over, but I wanted to work with a team. I wanted a band.
Yeah.
I wanted to be part of something, and I didn't feel like I was part of something when I was doing art. And so I just made phone calls. I wrote 1 song, and then we slowly built the band roster up that way. And it was just really magic in the beginning, and it was something that I just found the right people, and they wanted to be a part of that.
Has music been a big part of your lives growing up? I know certainly your father and your grandfather were both drummers, is that right?
Yeah, they're still playing.
They're still drummers?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to do a lot of studio work in the city. And
he actually...
Go ahead.
Plays on the record.
Yeah, he's on our record.
Part on the record.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
In the single.
I know this is always a difficult one because everybody comes from, you know, different times and spaces and all the rest of it, but like, musically, kind of influence-wise, as a band, who would you say your influences are?
Like, we all agree on certain bands like the Misfits being influential, like Black Flag, but also the Beatles or Queen or Pink Floyd.
I see a lot of Freddie Mercury in you when you perform,
man. Thanks.
And he is the consummate performer.
He's my biggest inspiration, and not just as a performer, as a human being.
Yeah.
He was somebody who was very unashamed of what he was, and he didn't care. I mean, like, just like a harlequin, rocked half a mic stand, and but who could beat him? I mean,
who could?
You know,
who could?
So.
I believe, and this is often the point where you realise a band has truly arrived. You have your own action figures now.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's true. That's something, you know, you got to be very careful about what you choose. And, like, actually, I think the amount of stuff we say no to would probably surprise people. But that was one thing where we're like, you know what, this is a little over the top. But when I'm 60 years old, I'm going to have an action figure.
I'm going to love it.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And my grandchildren are going to love this. Look at your grandpa. Look, his eyes move and everything, you know. Now, let's talk about the new album.
Okay.
Who does most of the songwriting?
Oh, we all write together.
All together.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the inspiration behind the lyrics? Where do you guys draw from? Do you have to dig pretty deep inside there, or...?
It depends. I mean, for this album, it was real life was the big inspiration, whereas before it was fiction.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Now, I heard that you guys set up a makeshift recording studio in the back of your tour bus. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's an impressive work ethic, guys. I like that.
Well, we have a really great work ethic, and I think that's one of the real special things about the band. We like playing together, and we like being in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
And so any chance we get to play together, we take.
When you go into, after a record, you know, you tour, and then you have to write your next one. A lot of bands, they don't have any material when they have to go into the studio or to write. And
it's when it hits
scary.
you, right?
Yeah, it's scary. So what we did was we just continued to write, and just the creative juices were always going, and it kind of, I think, also like filtered out some, you know, the stuff that wasn't so great, and led us to the stuff that we wrote for this record.
Sometimes it could take you like 20 songs to get to that one that's just magic, you know?
Absolutely.
And so that's why it was great.
Right, okay. You've got a UK tour lined up. Are you excited about that?
Very, yeah. There's something really pure about people that listen to music here, you know? If they love you, they love you. If they hate you, they hate you. But the people that love us truly love us. And they're the kind of kids where you'll see them after a show and they'll be like, man, I really hate your haircut. But you'll play in front of them and you could do no wrong. It's something very pure, very raw about the audiences here in the UK.
Okay.
So.
And as a live band, do you have any routines you go into before you go on stage? Do you have a big huddle? Do you all wear a funny piece of clothing? Do you know?
We do. We line all the people that all of our techs and stuff like that up in one line, and we line up in another line, and we do. You know, like after a soccer game, how the two teams walk by each other and shake each other's hand. We do that, but it's all high fives.
High fives all the way.
And then we circle around, and so we each hit each other, and we all do one big high five, and then we're ready to go.
And then we used to do 50 push-ups, jumping jacks, but we kind of have been scaling it back because we were off tour for a little while.
We started at 25.
We're at like 10 now.
And then we went up to like. By the end of the last tour, it's like we're at like 80.
Yeah, like right before the show.
And then we just did
workout.
I remember Reading and Leeds. We're like, all right, let's just do like 15. Couldn't breathe.
Now, your stage shows are famous for being very energetic. Some people in the band are a little more energetic than others. Frank,
looking at me for?
I believe you guys have been injured a few times whilst performing on stage, right?
You know, stuff's going to happen because there's nothing planned, there's nothing rehearsed or choreographed or anything. We think that stuff's really bad. We look down on that kind of stuff. So we just let the music really make us nuts, and it does. So, you know, there's been a few injuries here and there. I would say...
What's the worst one?
The worst one is this piece of skin up here is all torn. You know, he kicked me in the butt, and my head slammed into a kid's head in the front row, and it just blew up.
So not
blood.
only have you got a bleeding face, you've also probably got a lawsuit on.
Oh no! You know the funny thing is, I met the kid, and he was like, "No, it didn't hurt at all." He's like, "Because this is the hardest part of your head," and he was like, "Oh, that didn't even hurt." Yeah, that isn't. So that was mine. And then Ray's got his head cut open by Frank's guitar.
Yeah, I like. If you notice a running theme,
exactly. The running theme. He's in the corner. He's over there.
He jumped into me and sliced my head open.
Yeah.
Remember?
So everyone, Mikey, have you been damaged by?
I think we tapped each other once.
Yeah, he gets out of the way
unscathed.
really quick. The kid's like he's like a jaguar.
Now you're going to play us out with your hit single "I'm Not Okay."
Yeah.
It's a huge crowd favourite, right? How does it feel when your fans are singing your lyrics back at you?
That's the greatest feeling, man. That is the greatest.
It's what's so weird about this song is we've talked about it. Like this song, we've probably played more than any other because of doing radio and like one-off things. And like it still feels new every time we play it because of the kids, and it's always a different experience.
And at what point, like, did you know it was going to be a hit?
I don't think you ever go like, oh, this is going to be a hit.
Yeah.
You say like, wow, this is
the emotion
really
that
song.
Yeah, you know, when you hit something real pure, you know right away.
Yeah.
And I think when you get a sense that it might be a hit, if we even think about that, it's when you play it live for the first time. I think that song got such a huge response. We'd never seen anything like that. It got a bigger response than some of our older material, which they all knew.
Right, okay. That's a pretty sure sign then.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on. I wish you the best of luck with everything. I'm sure global domination is just around the corner.